I must admit, I was a big fan of this rider, and then Ewan made me turn against him a bit. Wout van Aert missed the product placement during childbirth or first picture of his child. Yeah, I'm never going to let that go anymore. And yeah, people have commented about it, and I'm like, whatever. You have a big platform, use it to something good, show that you care about other people. Like Tadej Pogacar. Sorry, this is just a completely other rant. Yeah, by the way, check out Tadej Pogacar's Instagram where he's donating depending on who takes a picture with him on the 23rd in Ljubljana, the capital of Slovenia, to raise money for some for flood damages that have happened in Slovenia, which I think is absolutely commendable. I have never seen a pro cyclist do something as extraordinary as that.
On the other hand, looking towards
Oh,
Wout van Aert posted something the other day, and it was I think it was him on a private jet.
well, there we go.
Could be we could be done for slander. It was him on what looked like a private jet, drinking from a can of Red Bull, and he like tagged the Red Bull like at Red Bull, and he was wearing like a Red Bull hat. And it's like, wow, so happy these World Championships are over. I don't know, it's just a bit cringe. It's just too in your face.
I
Yeah,
I'm
know,
all
okay.
here
they
for
got
capitalism, but
thrashed.
this is just too much.
They
This
got
isn't
fully
all.
thrashed.
We know that we're like most of us are Matthew Van Der Poel fans as well. He is probably a great person, blah blah blah. This isn't about just a complete slander of his character, but I still think it was a
He's got
weird
to get
moment.
coin. He's got to make that money. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But like
I don't blame
Tadpogacar,
him. It's a doggy dog world out there.
yeah, this is not you and off camera, by
Anyway,
the way. The point is, he didn't win the World Championships this year in either the road race or the time trial. He is such a unique rider. We've said this so many times. He's got so many stage wins in the Tour de France. Absolutely talented rider. But are we ever going to see him he's of course been a world champion before on the cyclocross numerous of times, but is he going to ever be a world champion on the road in either the road race or the time trial?
yes, I think he will be. In my opinion, it's only kind of a matter of time. Like, come on, a guy of this quality can't go to the end of his career without winning it, right? Like, he is good. Like, he can climb, he can sprint, he can time trial. He's got all the qualities of a rider who should win a world championships. I mean, heck, he came second at Imola. Like, he can do it all. And maybe that's his downfall. I don't know whether he gets stuck between strategies or, Belgium maybe being too strong and overly confident, like kind of like the Dutch today in the women's race. Maybe they get a bit too confident in their abilities. Remco's kind of throwing a spanner in the works. I think that he should be winning at World Championships. I think a lot of the courses get designed around puncher sort of esque riders because those are the generally kind of cool riders to have in a World Champs jersey. So I think that there'll be lots of courses. Like I remember seeing yesterday, the course for Zurich next year contains like a few kilometer climb at like 4% or so. And I think that Wow could certainly do something well there. I think the TT is going to be a harder thing to crack personally, considering what we've just seen from an Evenepoel, a Ganna, and also like the rising Tarling as well. Well, I think we're getting onto later, but I think the Wout's best shot is in the road race, personally. I'm not sure when that'll be, but I believe that he can win it.
Yeah, similarly, I feel like it's a matter of time. Like he is probably one of the best all-round riders in the world, but he is turning 29 this September, and he's been the top of the world now for 4 world championships in Imola. Then you had the Leuven ones, then you had ones last year and this one. Yes, he's got 2 silver medals, but he's still not won any of those 4 routes that should be sort of specially tailored to him. And in the time trial as well, we've had different routes. We have flat ones, we've had hilly ones, and he still hasn't got a world championship title. What is going to change within the next maybe 4 or 5 years of his career that's going to favor him more than other riders? Mathieu van der Poel, for instance, is I think a year younger than Wout van Aert. We've also got sort of Evenepoel riding for the same national team as him, and Evenepoel's only getting better and better with time. He's still got Pogacar in there, maybe sort of guys coming through the ranks as well who could threaten. Maybe Arnaud Delis within the Belgian team as well could really take more attention away from Wout van Aert, especially given that Arnaud Delis looking like a really good sort of one-day racer, maybe for like the Kigali course, for instance, where you have that Mur de Kigali or whatever it's called, which is going to be a cobble climb in the center of the Rwandan capital. Just looking at the historical patterns, I think it's fair to sort of say, yes, it should happen, because it's logical to say it should because he has a skill set, but he hasn't got one yet. what is going to change? Like Cancellara never won a road world championship title, and he probably should have. Hakim Rodriguez never won a Grand Tour, and he probably should have.
Oh, well, my heart is still hurting from that. Don't talk about the Rodriguez.
Yeah,
I
but
was such
okay,
a fan of
but this
Rodriguez.
is
Sean Kelly never
people
won
might
Ronde
be
van Vlaanderen and the world.
exactly. What other ones can we think of?
Matty Burchell. Sad times.
Come on, be real. Greg van Avermaet never. I don't think he's quite on that level. But like, for instance, like there are plenty of riders who probably
Shots
should
fired everywhere here.
No, but he also won an Olympic gold in the Olympic road race. So I feel like that's probably a bigger achievement than winning a rainbow jersey once.
Is it?
You have it for 4 years. It's the Olympics. I feel like that chance.
Yeah, but you don't get a jersey though. You don't.
He had the little gold stripe.
Yeah,
we
but
called
it's
him
so
Golden Greg.
I would
for 5
love a
years.
jersey. Give them
You
a
get
jersey.
a golden helmet.
Yeah, but give them a jersey. I want to see.
It's Golden Greg. He will forever be Golden Greg.
Yeah.
It's immortal.
Vinokurov as well, winning that Olympic title. That's what he's remembered for.
Yeah, I think you're right with time is not on his side. But like, was it Imola? Yeah, Imola, where he almost did the double. Like, he's the
But he
closest.
didn't.
No, but he's the closest that we've had to a double. Like 2 second places. Never been done, the double, ever.
Tom de Milan came close in 2018 as well. He finished on the podium in the TT and was 4th place in the road race. It was close, and he was in it.
So Wout van Aert was closer.
In terms of physical distance, Tom de Milan was closer because he was in the winning group. There you go.
Technicality.
Go to Tom de Milan, but
he's very much in the UN protected riders club. I think he's the head of that club.
Historically, yeah, maybe. I feel like Stephen Kung not winning a world championships. Like I feel like it should have happened by now, but it just hasn't. I feel like Wout might go down not having that. Wout needs to try really hard to win a European Championship title.
What happened with the Stephans? That was so sad. And Patrick, we don't know if you were aware of this, but we were talking about this on stream. There was this random camera angle where the riders would come off the line and then get a camera shoved in their face. Rowan Dennis had just had a mechanical crashed. And then he got the camera in the face, so he punched it. And then there was Leonard Kemner, who was unfortunate. He actually threw up right after the race, and he kind of pushed the camera away. But I thought that was very invasive.
Speaking of vomit, there were 2 instances of vomit cam this week.
Great.
Axel Laurence, straight after winning the under 23 World Championship title, like straight away, he finds his parents. And he just like collapses over the bars and just vomits everywhere on the floor. And the camera stayed on him. Like they didn't cut away. I've read this thing about also like editing philosophy that like in some places, I know like in France they're quite big on this, is that like you shouldn't cut away from things. Like cutting away from brutality is censorship. But maybe I'm just a bit soft here. But like showing Axel Laurent's vomit on camera, there are plenty of people who feel like if they see someone vomit on camera, they want to vomit themselves. It just felt a bit much, you know.
I'd rather wanted to see the protesters cementing themselves to the pavement.
But that felt like censorship.
Yeah, that was censorship.
Yeah. It wouldn't have lasted long if they were up with me on the Crow Road, I'll tell you.